What's up, everybody? My name is Matt and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about exactly what ApeCoin is doing today. Of course, it has been a fantastic day for all crypto and NFT related stuff. And of course, we're going to get into all of that in today's video. So if you guys are new, drop a like, subscribe, let's get right into it. So, of course, you guys know I've been loving looking at ApeCoin recently because, to be honest with you, this is one of the very few intersections between NFTs and just regular altcoin trading, because ApeCoin manages to do something that I think so many people can agree is extremely valuable. This is, again, a tokenized aspect of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and I think so many people are not realizing this, and I am definitely holding on to the profits that I have taken during the original ApeCoin surge, and hopefully this will continue to grow in the future. So when we look at in terms of market cap, we are at $3.7 billion, which is the 39th largest crypto in the entire world. Gives you an idea of just how many people actually care about what happens to the Bored Ape Yacht Club. And on top of that, of course, the fact this airdrop was so humongous, the largest airdrop in history, therefore it did immediately give this a super high market cap. In terms of volume, we're around a break even, down a tiny bit on the day, nothing major, still around over $2 billion in terms of volume. Now, when it comes down to actually looking at the graph and trying to figure out what this is doing here, we don't have a whole lot of data points. And again, sometimes it is very volatile trying to sort of technical analyze one of these coins that has this very meme social media appeal. Regardless, there is still a little bit in which we can do to take a look at what is actually going to happen to this token. But before we go any further, guys, let's talk a little bit about my Patreon. I have worked tirelessly to make this the best NFT group out there. By joining my Patreon, you guys get literally an insane amount of content. You'll get a custom Discord role, direct access to me in a DM, full access to Matt's NFT dojo, crypto and altcoin trade signals, access to my exclusive NFT watch list, whitelist opportunities, priority access to my live streams, and so much more. To be honest with you guys, I think it's a steal for only $10 a month. And of course, if you guys would like to talk to me over voice in a voice call, you guys could always join the Emerald and above tier, which has that offered. Currently, there are hundreds of people joining the Patreon every month, and they absolutely love it. Link down below in the description. So again, we see the initial sort of rise and surge of the ApeCoin, of course, setting it all the way up to around 28, which is documented here. But I think some people actually bought in at 50, but that surge again did not last because it's not even documented here over on TradingView. So again, then we see kind of the initial pullback from that airdrop, bringing us to around $7-8-ish. And again, like I mentioned, that is where I originally purchased. So then we get all the way up to around 16, 17, and head back down as a result of just some pullback here to around 9. And here is where I sold a little bit more. So for me, I sold some right at the top here at around 15, 16, sold a little bit more at around 9, putting my selling average probably right around 13.50, I would guess. And that leaves me with everything else that I own in ApeCoin is just gravy. This is just extra. I've already made my money back. I've made my initial investment back on ApeCoin. So everything else is just gravy. So when we look for here, of course, you guys can see we go from around $9, $10-ish all the way up to back around 14, 13.50. And largely, this can be attributed to the fact, of course, today that crypto is doing overall pretty well. We can see Ethereum here is up a little over 3%. Of course, Solana is up some percentages as well here, up around 9% on the day, which is fantastic. So again, something that I am looking for when I am browsing a graph like this is ultimately to see some of that natural and very expected pullback like we saw after the surge up to around $16, $17. It is going to have some pullback. People are inevitably going to take profits. So what I am looking for is some level of pullback that will kind of keep this stable. Now, again, you guys can see we have sort of a rounding here at the bottom, and what that kind of looks like is actually a cup and handle pattern. And this very often is done in a quite predictable way. You guys see we have kind of a swoop here. We start at 14. We have kind of a swoop downwards, and it ends back at around 14. Okay, that is the cup side of things. Then, of course, if we have the handle, which is, sort of like a teacup, you have the cup here in the handle, that is the expected pullback. So there is going to be some level of pullback here that, takes it from, maybe where it is right now at 14 down to, say, 12 or down to 11. It's hard to say exactly the angle of the handle here, but something like this, I guess, will occur. And after that, we may see an actual surge because this is a bullish thing to see. So, again, that cup and that handle ultimately does lead to some bullish movement, and that has been kind of a trend that has happened just about in every asset in history. There is a basis for that in a lot of different ways. So that's definitely something to keep in mind as well. Now, when we take a look at indicators, there are a few things we could look at here. Of course, the relative strength index I always like to take a look at. You guys can see, of course, it is very hard to use this for something that is so new, but you guys can see basically we reach a little bit below 50 on the relative strength index here, right as the price is a little bit below $9. So again, that is definitely indicating that we do have some headroom to work our way back up. Again, you guys can see on the relative strength index, we are exceeding the 70 mark, pushing 72 here, right when we're at around $15 again, or $14.50. So there is, again, some level of pullback from that, which is to be expected. So the question is right now, do we head back to, around 45, 50-ish on the relative strength index and then see a surge back up? Or do we continue to see it going downwards, back maybe even below what the relative strength index considers to be normal on the day in some kind of sell-off? So it's very hard to say what may happen with that, but definitely is always worth to track and try to figure out what the relative strength index is going to do next. Now, another thing I wanted to show you guys is actually some discussion here on Twitter. So there is a large discussion here about what will happen with ApeCoin staking. So there is a mention, of course, of the fact that people obviously want to stake this in some way, and this guy explains here in this thread that basically there is a proposal for 4 separate staking pools, each with a specific number of ApeCoin rewards. So through the 3 of the pools, they are available to the Bored Ape Yacht Club, the Mutant Ape Yacht Club, or the Bored Ape Kennel Club holders. And the reminder is only ApeCoin tokens are ever technically staked, not the NFTs itself. You can't stake the Bored Ape Yacht Club, you can only stake the token. Okay, so if the ecosystem NFT holder wants to stake in pool 2, 3, or 4, they need to pair the NFT with their ApeCoin to access the relative staking pool. So I would imagine this will increase the value over time of all of the Bored Ape brands, because again, there are a lot of people out there who probably could end up, staking their NFT without realizing it, or without, something they would have done normally, but simply because they want to earn more of this ApeCoin. So if you own a Bored Ape, the staking pool is 47 million, the Mutant Ape 19 million, and the Kennel Club is 3.8 million. So definitely 3 pools there, but they're also talking about the idea, of course, of a 4th pool of some sort where anybody who wants to can stake in some way, shape, or form to be able to actually earn more ApeCoin. So again, definitely some cool stuff to see. People are asking, when the staking may start, and they're saying, okay, the proposal may take around 4 to 5 months, probably not until the end of August. But either way, even if the general public is not able to stake their ApeCoin in these pools, I definitely do think this would overall improve the value of ApeCoin, as again, by doing that, you would be able to watch this coin appreciate, given the fact that so many people are no longer selling it, or no longer buying the high and selling the low on the day and doing that sort of scalping strategy. Because so few people will be doing that, I would imagine so many more people will be just locking it away to earn more ApeCoin rewards. I definitely do think that could improve the value overall of ApeCoin with time. So with that being said, folks, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Definitely know what you guys think down below in the comments. Definitely subscribe if you guys are new, and check out the Patreon down below in the description as always. Thank you guys so much. My name is Matt. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.